What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Sunday, I want to go over my Monday watch list. So today I'm going to talk about 3 stocks, maybe 4, but 3 for sure. And go over their technicals, what I'm seeing in the technicals, what I'm seeing as far as catalysts to reverse these things in the right direction, because all 3 of the chart patterns pretty much look the same. And it's the kind of things I look for. But before I get into that, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything that I find interesting in the stock market. And I like to share that with anybody willing to listen. So, that being said, let's just get right into it, all right? So let's start with aitx. If you haven't watched my videos, please go and do so. I have plenty of videos on aitx, from catalysts to chart patterns. I've been capitalizing on these things for the last couple weeks, and I see myself continuing to capitalize on this thing. Very similar to the other ones we're going to be talking about. We've had this massive run, and now we're starting to have that correction. So we're having 3 red days in a row. Now, if you look down here, this is the 20-hour one-day chart. Very similar to when we had a run here, and then a pullback, and then start consolidating before we have another run. So I'm starting to see that reversal in this chart pattern. Let's go to the 10-day, 30-minute. I'm starting to see that reversal in this chart pattern bouncing off this 9 area. So this thing very well has the potential on Monday to recorrect itself and finally have another green day. So that's something that's a potential for a trader. I get traders and investors. This is you can't stop trading and investing. But this is more for me personally on the trading side of things. You could get a nice little bounce tomorrow and maybe capitalize on a good 20 to 30% profit. And profits like that in penny stocks are amazing. I mean, 20 or 30% profit in a day is amazing. 10% profit in a day is amazing. And this is something you could truly capitalize on. aitx, I was a buyer at the close of Friday. And I've talked about it in the previous videos, how I been noticing gap ups after the close. As you can see here, close here, gapped up here, close here, gapped up here. Closed here, gapped up here, closed here, gapped up here, closed here, gapped up here. So you see, I'm starting to see that pattern and trend if you really go through the history and look at each individual daily candle, that the odds are that it will potentially gap up a penny or two. Now, a penny or two doesn't sound too great, but when you have, 30, 40,000 shares, 1 penny is $300, $400, like that. So, this is definitely on my watch list for a potential reversal. After 3 red days, and then looking at this chart on the 10-day, 30-minute, it's looking like it's finally starting to find its bottom, and it could be bouncing off this 9 and 10 range and potentially shoot back up to this 14, 5, 15 area. That's what I'm kind of seeing for tomorrow. So that's what I'm definitely going to be looking out for. And then again, man, a news catalyst that just sits over the weekend is the fact that they have been selling their robotics products, and they have had deals and agreements going on selling their products, and that came out on the 28th, which was Thursday. So that gives the whole weekend to think about that. And if anybody's researching this stock, they're seeing that news for 3 days in a row saying, okay, well, this company is making a lot of sales right now, and it's down, so maybe it's a potential time to buy in the dip. So that is a good play for Monday that I am definitely watching. And not to mention, like I said, I did purchase shares at the close of Friday, anticipating another gap up for Monday. But for this one, it's looking like it reversed. So I might hold on just slightly longer if the chart is showing strength, for it to let it play out a little bit and potentially, get back up to these 14, 5 to 15 area. Now, the other play that's very similar to that is ozsc. Now, ozsc, again, had an amazing run, and then having its three red days and then a green day. And that's kind of what I'm anticipating for aitx. It's had 3 red days, and I'm anticipating it for it to finally have a green day, because I seen the same thing in the chart pattern over here on Friday, where we're finally getting that reversal, and then we have that nice, or this was Thursday, and then Friday we had that nice push up to the almost 17 area. And then now it's looking like it's holding beautifully, and it's looking like it could again break this 1626. So that is a level that's interesting to me. This also, again, I had purchased at the close of day because it's showing the same pattern as aitx. As you can see, close here, gapped up here, close here, gapped up here, closed here. Slight gap up, a little gap up and a push, but still, like I said, 1 penny. Closed here, gapped up here, closed here, gapped up here. And you can see it throughout the chart, and just look at each daily candle, and you know, you start noticing patterns, and that's the pattern, one of the patterns I've noticed. So you know, for me, I could be wrong though. I mean, it could very well gap down, you know, or not gap up. But you know, you go with the history of the chart, and you figure out, you know, what are your odds when you do something, and so the odds look like they're in my favor to capitalize on. But it's looking like a great reversal. So for this, definitely when I sell my shares in the morning, it's definitely going to be on my watch list for a break of the 16 area, the break of this high, and you know, maybe potentially retest this 20 area. So you know, that'd be a beautiful profit. That's a 4-cent profit out of 16 cents. You know, so we're talking you know, 25% move. That's a beautiful move. So you know, that's something I'm potentially watching to potentially capitalize on. I believe it has the opportunity to do so. Again, with their news catalyst that could reverse it is their partnership with Zeem, you know, to develop evolutionary EV charging solutions, which Zeem is partnered with Tesla. So anything connected with Tesla, especially now in the direction we're going with the EV market and how hot the EV market has been, you know, that is amazing catalyst for this thing to potentially get back up there and propel itself, because we did have a massive run from 1 penny all the way up to, you know, 6 cents, which is a 600% move or a 500% move, you know, something ridiculous. And then finally it dropped back, and then it took a few days of consolidation before it broke again. And with this type of news catalyst, you know, and even looking into this company, they do have steady growth in revenue, not a lot of revenue, but you know, it's still something. You know, once we have this pop, we can again have that pop, pull back, and grind action until we break the 27s. And if it breaks the 27s, I'm definitely a buyer at that point as well. So this will also remain on my watch list. So, you know, I always use different catalysts, man. I want to know exactly if we're in a hot market. I want to know what the chart pattern is looking like. It always starts with the chart pattern for me. And then that's where I dig into what's the catalyst. If we're in a hot market and the news catalyst is recent, and then also, you know, I want to see heavy volume, you know, how many shares are being traded. And if we're trading in the, you know, 20 million share range or more, then that's great. That gives me a lot of opportunity to capitalize. So there's a lot of details that go into why I am involved in something, and this meets my criteria of everything I'm involved in. Same thing like aitx meets my criteria. So, you know, these two, I'm already in play, purchased ozsc and aitx at the market close on Friday, anticipating selling it in the market open on Monday. And then potentially, because due to their looking like it's reversing, definitely a buyer at the next breakout level, because I want to see the strength first. I don't want to just buy it because it looks like it's reversing. I want to buy it when I'm noticing the strength in the level 2, in the time and sales, in the volume, and breaking new highs or breaking highs is a catalyst that shows that it does have the strength. And then the third one, of course, tsmp. You know, one of my favorite stocks out there. Again, man, another massive run, and then we're finally having that correction. You know, and as you can see right here, it's looking like we finally found its base in the 30s. There's a lot going on in this 30 range, as you can see from even back here. Boom, boom, and then drops, taps it, and then tries to test it but doesn't, which is a beautiful sign of strength, because people are noticing that potentially is the bottom and that they're buying it all up right there. So this looks like a beautiful reversal as well. And then not to mention with their 2 announcements of, you know, Humble Studios announces Humble Shop, which they're now selling Humble merchandise, which they sold out of, which is fucking beautiful, because that just means more revenue for the company. And then also the announcement of last week also of announces the launch of Humble Financial, and that they're now reaching into their 40 countries that they've been plotting on. So again, man, from a trader standpoint, from an investment standpoint, yes, I have a lot of tsmp bulls, and I appreciate all of you who are invested in this for the long run. For me, it is still a penny stock, so I'm always very speculative with penny stocks. As much as I love this company and all the research I've done on this company, they still lack revenue or lack to show revenue, any type of revenue stream yet. So, for me personally, I just like to buy and sell when I'm seeing strength, So when I'm seeing strength, I'm buying, and when I start noticing weakness, I'm selling. That's just me. That's my comfort zone. I'm completely comfortable doing that. I personally get emotionally attached if I hold on to something for too long, and if I start seeing too much red, it starts freaking me out. So for me personally, I don't like doing that to my mental and emotional state. So I'd rather just buy and sell. I'm a lot more comfortable that way. So this is also looking like it's coming into that reversal. And then with the news catalyst that they also have, that is a great thing to potentially reverse this thing, and we could get gearing up in the right direction again. So all three are looking exactly the same. If you notice, they all had massive runs, and they're all coming down for a curl. And at some point, they all have to reverse, just like ozsc finally did. And I believe we might have a good day tomorrow. And then this one I think is finally going to have its green day, and then finally have a good reversal tomorrow. And then tsmp, not sure if we'll have another green day. I really see it more of in a consolidation phase like we see here in this part of the chart, right in this area. I see that more happening for tsmp because this is moving more like a growth stock, but it is a perfect opportunity if it does hold in those 30 ranges and continues to solidify that, for it to be a nice swing trade, if not an investment, to be a nice swing trade to hold on for a few days until we finally get that move. Very similar to like what I did here in the 14 area. I bought it in one of these days, don't remember exactly, but held on to it for a few days before it finally broke, and then sold it into the push of breaking these highs. So I could pretty much see that happen if it consolidates in the 30 some more. Definitely a buy for me, and then to maybe potentially sell it near the 50s, which would be like a 70-80% profit. So you know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing I'm seeing in the technicals, and something that is a potential to capitalize on for sure. And then just to throw a fourth one out there, man, nndm. If you guys watched my videos in the past, it's been a while since I made a video on it. I have made videos on nndm. If you want to go check those out, please go and do so. But I was in nndm in the 6s, and my plan was to hold on to the 14s. And as you clearly see here, we broke through the 14s. But I seen a better opportunity in tsmp. So I sold my position in the 850 range, so made about a $2 profit. And then, just so I could buy more shares of tsmp. And that was a great decision because I capitalized on that as well. But again, same movement you're seeing, a massive run here. And now we're finally getting that consolidation for a potential reversal. Same, we had a pop, pull back, consolidation, and now we had another huge pop, pull back, and now it's going into a consolidation range. So definitely a possibility for a buy there as well. nndm is an amazing company. I've done my research on it. You could go check those videos out through my channel. And, that is definitely another possibility for someone who wants to play a little higher dollar stock. It's not a penny stock anymore, but, it's still a great opportunity for a potential dip buy in this area if it holds, for it to reach back up to that 18 range, which would be a nice $5 profit. So, that's something you might want to consider, and that's something that is always going to remain on my watch list. So those are going to be the stocks for my Monday watch. ozsc reversal, nndm reversal, aitx reversal, tsmp reversal. And all of them have great catalysts that can potentially reverse this thing. It's not just the charts, it's a combination of the charts, the catalyst, the news catalyst, the sectors that they're in, the hype surrounding around technology. There's a lot of things that play into this, the volume, all of it, man. So yeah, that's gonna be my watch, man. That's gonna be it for today, man. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of my analysis on all of those stocks. Let me know if you guys are gonna capitalize on any of those stocks. What's your plan with those stocks? What are you gonna do moving forward? You know, leave a comment, share. I love to read it all, man, and I love to reply to all of you. Again, man, if you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You can't stop Mafia as a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you can do that. So, that is my Monday watch. Potential reversals on all of them, which you could capitalize 10, 20% on. You know, just be very cautious and be very careful. And, you know, if you're starting to see strength, it's a good time to capitalize. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.